All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner talking Giants here with your Week 13 offensive line report off of the Giants tie with the Washington Commanders. We're going to do 3 segments in this game. We're going to finish with some negative with Glowinski. We're going to do Nick Gates at left guard. Still think he should be center. Some ups and downs for him in pass pro. But we're going to start. We're no Andrew Thomas segment this week. Just didn't have the time to do it. But we're going to start with something I think is very positive. Evan Neal coming off of the injury. He looked his best in pass pro, and now we are looking at back-to-back games for him. Coming off of that Ravens game where he looked really improved in pass pro, not just better results, but looked like he was playing the position better, and he did this week as well. Now he's still got some run game issues, like balance stuff he's got to get through, but we'll get into all of it. Make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And Evan Neal looked good, so let's keep building off of it. So first play. Notice how he's firing out of his stance. This is a sack, by the way. We'll talk about that later with Mark Glowinski. Look how quick he's getting out of his stance. This was not happening earlier in the year. Quick. 1, 2, 3. And that's where you are. We saw Thomas start to do that. Now, he's never going to have the same foot speed as Andrew Thomas. But quick. 1, 2, 3. You've won. You've won. Unless you are just the weakest dude ever, you've won. Works the two-hand punch. Good placement. Long arms, not really leaning in this, and just wash them around. Punch. Reload the hands. We're here. But just, if you've been watching these O-line reports all year with Neal, I know it's been a month since we've seen the cat play, but getting out of that stance quick, man, that's huge, man. That's really big improvements for him. Next play. Let's watch the feet again. Quick. 1, second step, third step. We're here. We're here. We're winning. We're getting to our landmarks. Remember earlier in the season, it would be 1, 2, and then this guy's working around the edge. You open your hips up. This foot, your feet are getting too close together. That's not happening here. Again, he's working the two-hand punch. But I like that he takes the right hand off. Pass rushers have been using this right hand of Evan Neal to swipe down on it and, get him off balance and then rip through the corner. He throws that punch, pulls the right hand. Again, it's not perfect. This is not like Andrew Thomas level stuff, but this is big, big improvement for him. Here, staying connected. Like playing with confidence. This is the type of stuff when you're playing with confidence that you do well. So you notice Daron Payne is rushing upfield and almost out. Usually that tells a stunt is probably going to come because you're trying to, pull the guard this way and then get into the hip of the tackle. Now that doesn't happen, but notice how Neal, 1, gets his footwork. 1, 2, 3. Like he's working his footwork. But also keeps that left hand out. Let me stay connected. Let me stay connected on this. And if I feel a stunt coming, I'm going to power down. And I'm going to allow Glowinski to come off and pick up this guy if he loops. But plays with confidence, stays connected. Okay, he's working around the corner. Now I can engage, get my left hand on his lower hip, right hand high, and work my guy around the pocket. Again, some more pass pro. Just winning with his feet. 1, 2. And this third step's not even perfect. 1, 2. Watch how it gets a little close together. But lands the hands well. Good stuff. Next play. Working the two-hand punch. Not overextending, not leaning. And just keeping his feet with good shoulder width apart. Good punch. Watch the left hand. See? High. Let's bring it back in. Bam. Controlling him. Control with the chest plate. See the right hand? Pass rusher's trying to work something with his right hand. Bring it back in. And then this last pass pro move. I mean, just quickly IDing an inside move. Like we set. He shows inside. We power that left foot down horizontally. You're not able to do it on a 45-degree angle. Punch. Pass it off to Glowinski, just in case there's someone looping around. Really good stuff. Now, there still needs to be big improvements in the run game with Evan Neal. Like we'll see here, the balance issue. So this isn't even like we talked about before, where there's some false steps. This is not that. At least to the best of my ability, I don't think it's that. And he gets good hat placement. He's just leaning into this block, and then a guy like Payne is just he's gonna use you leaning your weight against you. He's just gonna swipe you off him, and that really screws the play. You know, because if he makes this down block, Gates is kicking this out. If he just makes this block, Belly's leading through here, whether it's picking up Jamin Davis, and instead it's not as good of a play because Neal lost his balance. And then just having a better feel working to the second level here. Like you're helping on this, you've given your help. You got to see this linebacker flowing over. You got to trust your guy Glowinski. Come off now. Instead goes for to give that extra shove. And now your linebacker is in the hole. If you come off, give your help. All right, linebacker Sloan, come off. Come on. You are hinging him out, and now you have a hole right here. Instead, Saquon's running right into your linebacker. But nonetheless, I like I said, I came away from this game very, very encouraged with the pass pro. Run game definitely has to improve, and that's a big part of stuff that he needed to fix coming out of Alabama. But pass pro getting better, trusting his feet better, trusting his punch. All good signs for Evan Neal as he comes back off that MCL injury. This week's O-line report is brought to you by Ridge Wallet, baby. Ridge Wallet's the best. I mean, it's as tough as Nick Gates. It's as reliable as Andrew Thomas. And it's as small as Wan'Dale Robinson. But it holds up to 12 cards, plus room for cash. There's over 30 colors and styles, including carbon fiber and burnt titanium. I think burnt titanium is my favorite. It's like MetLife. One day, maybe that could be some burnt titanium in there. The wallet has over 50,000 5-star reviews. The durable material means each wallet comes with a lifetime warranty. We should be giving Andrew Thomas a lifetime contract. The Ridge team is so confident that you'll like it that they'll let you test drive it for 45 days. You can send it back for a full refund if you don't love it. Check out the link in the description and use code JOHNBOY for 10% off. Again, check out the link in the description and use code JOHNBOY for 10% off. You'll be glad you did. All right, let's do a Nick Gates segment. First start at left guard since the injury. So first full-time start playing guard since 2019 versus the Dolphins, I believe, was that last time. So I think he played tackle after that, with Mike Remmers getting injured that season. I do think you need to consider the opponent in this, Jonathan Allen, who's like a consistently top 3 defensive tackle in the NFL. But nonetheless, some bad stuff in this. Not all bad, and the thing that is good about Nick Gates compared to like a guy like Glowinski is that even his bad reps aren't like the worst reps. Like he has some ability to keep it from total disaster reps. They're bad, but they're not total disaster. Giants also slid towards, they tried to double Allen as much as they could, and they actually did a good job of that when they did it. So let's get into it. Gates, and in the run game, we'll got some stuff too. So first play, we're going to go through some positive first. First play, just stunt pickup, and then trademark nasty Nick Gates finish it, dude. I mean, as simple as that. We're setting towards Allen. Like, good job. He sees this stunt coming, turns the head, takes it on, allows Thomas to pick it up. Like, A1 stunt pickup by Gates and Thomas. A1. And then what I like about Gates is finish it. I mean, just might as well turn it into a run block. Drives his ass into the ground. Here, this isn't something like, man, this guy's one of the best guards or interior offensive linemen in the league, but this is stuff that you love from Nick Gates. Just laying hits on dudes. When you don't have work, find work. Find work. Not a lot of guys do that. Again, you're helping Feliciano here. You're helping Feliciano, who's doing a good job on Jonathan Allen. They're stunting, but you feel, okay, I got nothing here. Go help. Drive right through his freaking ribs. And a nice touchdown by Isaiah Hodgins. Here, and this is where I talk about, like, just he's got good feet to stay connected to blocks. So, we're setting, they're running a run blitz. So, Allen is jumping out to this gap. Sets towards him, immediately sees it. Bam. Get your hands on him and just watch the feet stay through the block. Just stay through the block. A good ability to recover. You set for him, he jumps to that B gap. You're there, you got your hands inside. Just stay connected to the block. And it allows for the Giants' biggest play of the day. Here, you see, again, so just ability to take a bad start to rep and not let it be a horrible rep. Like, see how he puts that left hand out there as a stab? Allen's working his hands, quick hands. Just sets to him with good feet. He's even got his head ducked, but just keep your feet moving. Again, this is not good. And then let's go through the bad. These were like you give 2 pressures in this game. Here, this isn't considered pressure. Again, the Giants, and this is an example of what I was talking about, where they doubled Feliciano or doubled Allen, is they wanted to slide towards Allen. So if he jumps inside, Feliciano picks that up. But this is a good opportunity here to show when, hey, gets beat to the outside, because he gets beat to the outside and Feliciano's there to help. But with Gates on this, I mean, Allen just, you 2-hand punch, a little lean in that punch, a little lean. But he just times up your punch, swims, and beats you. And then this was towards the end of the game, 2-minute drive stuff. These last 2 pass plays we'll go through. Here again versus Allen. You go with that one-handed punch, trying to work independent hands, and he just 2-hand swipes them off of you. Get your hips open. And I think, again, I know he doesn't have the inside help on this because of the A-gap presence of the linebacker here. But take one more step into this set. Take one more. I know you don't want to get beat inside, but take one more step into this set. You know, like, I know Feliciano's coming over here and you don't want to get beat inside. And that's a beast in Jonathan Allen, but one more step. And then on this last one, I think this was the second to last play of the game. Maybe even the last. No, yeah, second to last play, I believe. He just gets bullied by Allen. So this is what, maybe it's like where he does a good job setting towards him. And Allen times that punch up, throws that hook on the back, through the back, and just drives his feet through him. So, definitely not a good pass pro game for Nick Gates. In the run game, some good stuff. Here, I'm pulling. Get out to this DB. Get to his inside shoulder. Give Saquon some space to get a nice 10-yard run. Didn't get seen very many of those. Here on the touchdown, nose tackle is their run. Again, they're run blitzing. Get your helmet on the side of his and then flip your hips. Good job. We're here. Flip your hips. Bam. That's all we need. That's all I want. Flip your hips. Now you got to crease for Saquon Barkley. And then sit on him. Might as well. Might as well celebrate a touchdown sitting on the defender. Here again. Like versus Allen. Again, they're running a run blitz. So they're not going to flow with the play. So he allows it. You feel it. Feliciano's not there to pick that up. Feliciano's bailing to linebacker. Just sit on it. Flip your hips, and that gives Saquon, you do your job for Saquon on that. And then this was his worst run. Again, this is towards the end of the game. Just Allen's length kills him. Like he does a good job to start this. Like we're working, we're moving our feet, and then Allen is just able to bench, and he doesn't even have great hand placement. The defensive lineman is just able to bench him and keep him from working to the outside of him. Ends up being a tackle for a loss. So Nick Gates should be the starting center once Ben Bredesen gets healthy or Josh Azudu gets healthy. I fully believe that. But this game wasn't great for him at left guard going up against Jonathan Allen a ton. All right, with Mark Glowinski, I haven't done a segment on him in a while because it's kind of consistently not good. Right now he's 6th worst for guards and pass blocking efficiency. 4 of the 5 that are worse than him right now are rookies. Rookie guards are like always bad. He's getting up to 3rd most sacks for guards this season with 5. He had 2 in this game. And it's just, he's a solid run blocker, like no doubt. He's not amazing. He's not great. But he's a solid run blocker. But this pass blocking is an issue. So I want to go kind of chronologically through this game and show how he is affecting the passing game in a negative light. So let's get through it. First play, obviously lined up at right guard. This is a sack. And there's no this guy, it's this thing that he needs to fix. It's just kind of who he is at this point. Like we're setting for Payne. Just a little overset on this. Just not ready to power down inside versus Payne. And Payne is very good too, so I don't want to. But this is consistent with Glowinski. This isn't a one-off game. Yeah, and you set. When you're set now, you got to be ready. You got to be ready for some type of inside move. And to just get beat quickly initially, no recovery at all, that's bad, man. That ruins drives. Those are drive killer plays. Where there's no get to the check down on this. No, he got beat quickly. Next play. There's actually some good reps in here. He actually got better as the game went along, and then towards the end kind of started falling back off again. Like here. Good rep. Sets towards him. Land your hands inside. Good punch. Bring the hands back. Feet move inside. Good stuff. Here. This is great. You land your hands inside. You've got good proportion. You're helmet versus helmet. We're head on. He's trying to long arm you. Keep your feet wide. Good stuff. Next play. Payne wants to work inside. Watch. Unlike that first play. As soon as that inside, not as soon, but when that inside move comes, power down inside. So some good stuff, and then a touchdown to Hodgins. But then it got worse. Now this isn't the worst rep in the world. But you set towards him. He hits this inside gap. You're there with him. He kind of just presses him off of him. Payne works those hands. Rips through. He's getting a hand on DJ as he makes his throw and Slate. He makes the drop. That was a good throw by DJ. I'm going to talk about that in the film review. Next play. Saquon there to save the day. Set towards him. beat inside. The punch is coming with his hands low, up, and that just allows the defensive lineman to use his hands against him. Now, thankfully, Saquon's there to allow DJ to get a throw off to Slayton. And then the second sack of the game. I mean, this is not even like technique. This just got bullied. Now, he does not punch with authority. His hands are placed instead of punched. And Payne just gets inside, his hands inside on his chest plate, and just benches him off. And just jacks up that inside shoulder. And I think Glowinski just kind of has a weak inside shoulder. We've seen him get beat by that. And then you give up a sack. And then this next play, just Payne timing up the punch. Timing up that punch to go from inside out. Times up that punch. Dips the corner. I mean, Payne's a good player, so I don't want to, that's a really good move right there. But it's just, I just wanted to put back, we haven't put it on our O-line report in a while. Like, Glowinski's an issue. Like, once Bredesen gets healthy, he should have, his job should be in danger. Once Shizudu's healthy, I know his contract, and again, you don't cut him next year because you can't with the money wise, but also you need depth. But it's time to move on from Glowinski. All right, adding a part 4 to this. I know I didn't do an Andrew Thomas segment, but I couldn't help myself. PFF accredited Andrew Thomas with this sack, and I think technically they are right, but in theory, but I think in practice it's wrong. So here's what happens. So, sorry, the Giants they're running a slide protection. Like, we're sliding, so which means Thomas would have the outside rush, right? Like, everyone's sliding to the left. Neal is accounted for this, and then Saquon has the backside, right? So everyone's moving to the left. So in theory, Feliciano picks up this like he does. Gates picks up this, and then Thomas picks up this. But here's the thing. At this point, can Thomas pass this off to Gates? Because Gates' eyes are here. Now Gates has turned back. So in theory, he could pass it off to Gates at this point. But he kind of does. Right? My question is, if you're going to run this, why have Bellinger in to chip on this? Like, just let Bellinger block this. Why have him chip inside? So I just think this is kind of a bad protection, honestly. So I guess you can, again, in theory, Thomas is to blame for this, but in practice, I don't know. I don't like accrediting him for that sack. I just don't. Maybe I'm being a homer on this, but anyways, that's an O-line report. We'll have one next week against a pretty strong Philadelphia Eagles team. So we appreciate you guys. See you on the next one. Until then, let's go Big Blue. I just did a podcast outro. See ya.